Woo! We're finally live. Did you already send the info?
No, 3:13.
We are 13 minutes late, but some people, as you can see, anybody who's looking very, very prepped up took all the time.
And that's you.
Me only have a black shirt, that's it.
Yeah.
Somebody wearing white with everything.
That is easy.
It's like a wedding.
Yeah.
Anybody going to a wedding, you know how it is. So
good afternoon. My name is Penny.
And I'm Abu.
So, first of all, today I was thinking, let me look cute first.
Try to look cute, because today's topic is hot.
Yeah.
So everybody gotta look
cute.
You have to look real.
My nails are done.
Oh, let me see your nails. Ooh, I didn't even see the nails.
Abu.
My hair is done.
Today I was thinking, as we are preparing to come to the show, I wanted to be grateful with everything you've put me through, that you're willing to come to the show.
After 3 weeks of absence.
After 27 years of marriage, of struggle.
The last 3 weeks I was running away, so I'm back.
Yeah. So I appreciate that you're willing, for the sake of the men that watch you, that you're willing to come to the show.
Yes.
I think that's a great thing.
But they need to know that I've been running away. I'm back after 3 weeks of being told come back.
Yes. So
now I'm back today, guys.
So we want to welcome you. If you're finding us for the first time, we come here every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We try every Sunday.
Yes, to talk to the young couples, and we are going to do a little intro. We have 4 children, ages 24, 21, 18, and 11. And we decided to do this show because when we got married, or when we started life, there was no social media. Social media came with time, and and with time, we've been encouraging people to use social media to learn. We've been encouraging people to use opportunities that are on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok to educate other people. So given what we have learned as we have gone through marriage for the 27 years,
27 plus.
Yes, we figured it's good for us to come here and just talk like regular people. We are not a show, we are not professionals, we are not therapists, we are just talking through some of the things that we've been, through, and what we could have done different, although sometimes we don't have a chance to go back.
So basically we're talking through our experiences. What we've experienced through, as you say, 27 years of being together. And you really push the point to say there are some things now we can't go back and reverse or change. So those are the things that maybe if we can get 1 or 2 people to understand and
do it
differently, that would be great. So as she said, we're not professionals. We're not paid for this. This is out of our own time. Right now, maybe I should be eating nyamachoma somewhere, but
that's what you do on Sundays.
That's what I do on Sundays.
Yeah, you go with your friends and you sit somewhere.
Yeah, so we're not getting paid for this. We're not professionals. We're not counselors. We're not marriage professionals. We're just regular people talking what we've experienced.
Yes.
The real thing, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you've not liked our page, please do that. And share this video as you come in. And the other thing is, we do get stars. There are people that we have a few subscribers, people who subscribe to the channel. We thank you for that. If you're willing to support us with your little money, you can give us stars. And above all, I really ask people to share this video so we can encourage other people. So today's
topic is hot. That's why I came back.
Yeah,
I only come back for the
hot topics.
I only come back for the hot topics. The other ones that Mama, Nalia, Baba, I come for this one.
Okay.
The hot one.
I asked Abu to wear black, and I'm wearing white, to even give you an overview how marriage starts. I had put this before, if you've watched us before, and we went back and forth. We even spent 10 minutes talking about this. If you're not legally married, if you're not married, we are not really thinking that this show is for you. But you can listen in
and learn
something.
Learn something.
Yes. If you're doing Come We Stay, I encourage you to review your
go to the next step.
Go to the next
step. Go to the next
Make
step.
a commitment. Yeah. Marriage is not just a piece of paper. It is a commitment that you make with your partner that we are going to be, together, have agreed, and we are going to start a family.
And I always say this, that because we always talk about the come we stay, but I always say that everybody is in a different circumstances. Yeah. So we always saying is, even if you're in a come we stay. If you go ahead and make a commitment, that's like sealing the deal.
Depending on the surrounding circumstances.
Because some people are doing come we stay because of reasons. They have financial reasons, they have legal reasons that they may do a come we stay, and they don't want to get married. Those things are valid, and we should accept those and say yes.
I was listening to a program that said that a woman who moves in with a man hoping that he's going to change his mind and marry her, that's the most dangerous thing you can do, because when men are given a chance to marry women after they've lived with them,
that's the problem.
They change their mind.
So you don't want to be a test drive where I'm going to the dealership and you're testing the car, and sometimes the test drive is you don't buy the same car, you're buying a different car.
So the reason why I wore white and Abu wore black, part of the books I've read many books about relationships, I've listened to podcasts. Part of the thing that I really want to talk about today is how we come into the relationship. We come into the relationship, women come into the relationship looking pure. Yes, because that's why, in fact, my whole dress is white. I have
and then we're not pure, we're coming in.
The men are coming in very dark. And when we meet the men, we can see they're in a dark place. So the men are saying, you're looking at me, you're telling yourself, I hope she stays as pure as I see her.
Yes, throughout.
And I'm looking at you, you're in a dark space.
So you want to convert me?
I'm looking at you, I'm telling myself, I hope with all the love I'm going to give him, he's going to change. And
shine out. And eventually wear white.
Yes. For so many years, I had a portrait on the head of my bed. I had a black flower and a white flower. Do you remember those two pictures? Yes. So I put the dark flower on his side, and I put the light
very
flower.
Complicated.
Yes. And the reason why I put that, I don't even know how my pictures came down. I wanted to be reminded when I walk into the room, you're the dark person that I met. And for me, I want to remind myself that I'm the pure woman that you saw, and you said this woman can make a wife or can make a mother to
and then I
children.
said, please stay pure.
Stay pure.
All this time.
Yes, so we do that, and we are hoping that nothing changes. But with time, these things change.
The white will get some stain.
Yes, I mean the white has.
It can be white throughout.
No, it has polka dots.
Yeah.
You have a little polka dots. You can see some problems I have.
Listen, at one point when you're walking, when you have your white and you go to the, even if it's a banquet or whatever it is, as you're walking by, you're brushing by people. That white will be the same at the end of the night. So that white will change. And even us, with our dark, it will be even more crumpled. And things will change.
Things will change.
So this
you're
is
not
where
marrying a woman that is 100%. You're seeing some a few deficiencies, but you're like, you know what? A little black. You can see a little black.
We can correct this.
We can correct this, or I can live with it. So that's how
where intimacy comes in.
Yes, how we get into the marriages, and then with time, really things change. Yesterday at the flea market, I asked one guy who just married a second wife. He's 49 years old, and I asked him, what really prompted you to marry a second wife at such a young age?
And most of them, it's more it's their religion number one.
No. I wanted to know from his own
perspective.
Yes.
But the religion comes first.
No.
Most of the Muslims.
Yes. But I wanted to know, with the way things have changed, what was his good reason for him to get another wife? He told me everything was going on fine with his wife. And things were working okay. And then to a certain extent, his wife started becoming disrespectful. Not even defiant, disrespectful.
Like,
and every time
verbally or just
verbally disrespectful, which is the thing that most men, even some women, don't like. Disrespect. When you lose respect for your spouse. And he told me he tried to redirect her because as a man, he was feeling disrespected. He wasn't feeling respected as the head of the home. He tried to redirect her and she refused. And then
so he went to get married.
Not even that. She was listening to the outsiders more than him. And then when she collected all this information and brought it home, he would tell her, those are things from outside. Don't bring those things in the inside. And she'd be like, you know, you don't want to see the reality. And the man told me at one time, he just made up his mind. He said, I cannot continue living with a woman who is listening to the outsiders, who's defiant, who is disrespectful. And because the religion now allows, I'm going to go and marry a second wife.
And I'm thinking in my mind, he's looking at his wife and saying she's being defiant. I'm like, I remember you when you were pure.
Like the way I am.
So that's why he's going to get another new wife, because to remind him of how the wife was in the beginning.
Because most of us women,
and they grow horns.
Most of us women, when we come into the relationship, not all of us, some of us came into the relationship, I call it the horns. I think for the most part you have been like this, like I was like the way I am, and I wanted you to see this is it. But majority women come so humble. They hide a lot of things, and then after the marriage they start showing the horns. I recommend ladies come into the marriage with the horns. So
come into the marriage as sincere as possible.
Horns, just be who you are.
Okay.
So that way the man knows what he's getting into. So, and that brings us to our discussion today about intimacy, sexual intimacy, and what happens. You know, when we start getting the attraction. Most of us don't think about it. What really brings us together, even from the beginning, there is that attraction where you look at someone and they look at you and you're attracted to them. Physical attraction, which leads to sexual intimacy. And in this case, the story that I started with the person I met yesterday, he was talking about why he went out of their marriage. And when he went out of the marriage, the illustration that James Dobson used in his teachings is, Steve, it's good to turn the phone off because it's going to keep ringing. No, not off.
No, actually, I'm trying to go to the Facebook so we can do the comments. Go ahead.
If you can, not the...
No, I got it,
Okay. He gave the illustration where you lost your key. You come home, you park your car, and you come and put your key on the table. Here is a key. This is our house key. You put the house key here. And then, when you're ready to leave, you start looking for the key. Okay? So now, you look for the key in the house. That is the illustration he's using for this man. He was telling me they were having problems and the wife decided to step out. So now you can't find the key in the house. You start looking for the key outside.
So you're bringing information back to the house.
No, you leave the house. Thank you for those ones who have given us stars. We truly appreciate. You step out of the house to look for this key that you actually brought in and you put it here. So when you go on the outside, okay, you start looking for the key. Then the neighbor is going to ask you, Penny, why are you roaming around the house? I'm going to tell the neighbor, I had a key and I was looking for the key and I can't find the key. And some neighbors will ask you, when did you last put the key, or when did you last see the key? You will tell them, I entered the house with the key. Good neighbors will tell you,
the key is inside. The key is inside the house.
Find the key. The other nosy demonic neighbors will start helping you look for the key outside. Blindly.
Who did that illustration?
I had it from James Dobson.
James Dobson.
Yes, like years ago on one of the Focus on the Family radios, where you're looking for solutions outside instead of looking for solutions inside, in the house. Now, I have these notes. There is the book. This is the book we are doing. But I have notes that I took from 2010.
2010.
2010.
'Cause I want to read the couple of comments.
I was reading a book and I decided to write the notes as I was reading the book. This is May 26th of 2010. And the first question that whatever book I was reading, I feel bad I didn't write the book. The question was, what affects intimacy? Before we even talk about intimacy, what really affects intimacy in marriages? Okay, so we are going to answer that, but we want to go back to the book so we see what they're talking about sexual intimacy. Okay.
Yes.
Are you a better reader or am I better reader?
I can read. And then there's a part that I love where they said, it's, you know what PPP is?
No.
PPP here in the US, everybody was running away from it. It was payment protection, paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, payment protection, paycheck.
When COVID came,
yeah.
when COVID came, businesses were given a PPP loan.
Yeah.
And some people applied for it and they had never qualified for it. So the government came back running after them because they gave them money.
And you know,
yes, so I saw here PPP.
There is also for healthcare, it will mean something else. But anyway, before we continue on what affects intimacy, we are going to start with the role of
sex in intimacy.
Sexual intimacy.
Yes.
The role.
Okay. So guys, listen to this very carefully. Okay. When a couple join together in sexual love, they engage in what is undoubtedly the most powerful means possible of experiencing love and tenderness and creating a sense of unity and mutuality. The sexual experience has the ability to bridge the differences of thought and experience between two people and move them from an isolation by yourself and isolation, loneliness to the place where they can comfortably commune with each other and enjoy feelings of mutual trust and acceptance. Okay, this experience also becomes an ongoing source of intense pleasure and a way for marital partners to communicate intimately about each other's needs, drives, and emotions. Through the intense rhythms of lovemaking, a couple creates a deep bond with each other and come to surrender the mystery of their personhood and reveal their most cherished and hidden secrets.
Okay.
So if you want to know the secrets of your wife or your partner, it's during lovemaking.
Yes.
They'll tell you
everything.
What's in the fridge.
Okay.
They'll tell you where their account is. That's the time you ask. They can't lie.
No. So now, what affects what have we just read? I'm just going to go through the main things that affect intimacy. Okay? Number one is the respect. Disrespect. When you feel disrespected, if I feel disrespected, is a problem. Okay?
That will affect, okay.
No mutual respect.
Yes.
Number two, you're too busy. No time for each other.
No time for each other.
Okay? Number three, too much expectations.
Yes, that's by watching a lot of things.
A lot of porn.
Yeah. I was going to say, when I say things, watching a lot of porn, and then now I'm like, okay. Expectations are here.
Yes.
But that's next to impossible.
Okay? The other thing is in-laws. We know marriages that have ended because of in-laws.
Yes. But the in-laws
can affect your intimacy. Now, you're constantly doing things with your mother.
So all the time, so again, I have no time for you.
Yes.
Because every time...
In-laws complete. Yes. Like, your sister is always in our business. Your brother, everything we are running in this empire, you brought your people in. Or me, I brought my people in. When you bring in-laws to your relationship, it's going to affect your sexual intimacy. Because now, you're fighting, you're defending yours, I'm defending mine.
So there's no time. There's no time to be together.
Exactly.
Okay.
Silence, when you don't want to feel like talking.
Yes.
I have tried that with you a couple of times. And I tried because I'm so upset that I'd rather don't say anything.
Yes.
So now, when I go silent, and now you're going to touch me, I'm not going to like it. So sometimes we give each other silent treatment.
They call it silent treatment,
Yes.
All the time.
Okay? No communication. So where I can use an example where there's a friend of mine that told me because of her schedule and the husband's schedule, they decided to fix the days for sex.
Yes. So at least those ones resolve the issue. they communicated.
Yes.
Yes. So if there's no communication, you end up different shifts.
Yes. Monday,
especially
yes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're intentional.
Yeah.
You've communicated that you know what, this is our day for us. This is when we are going to do this, so you know. Okay. Some of the people are feeling guilty of being sexual. Okay. I'm the champion of that because I'm from the village.
Yes.
If I can just be clear.
And when you say guilty,
guilty
is you've been raised to know that sex is it's very sacred.
It's sacred.
It's not just for any time. We're in the kitchen. Let's
like,
do it. Okay, no, we have to wait at night.
At night.
And turn the light off.
And you know how I said I'm not asking for sex,
yes,
guys. I'm clear about that.
Yes.
I'm not. Now I feel ashamed to come. I was clear. I'm from the village, the culture thing. I'm caught up. I can't just come and say, hey, can I get something?
Yeah.
Because from Nyando Chevere, we are taught that a man is the one who has to initiate sex, because you cannot have sex without a man having an erection. So you must want. So the Kisi people kind of taught women to let the man initiate, because you have the machine that is going to execute the sexual intimacy.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's just Kisi or if it's across the board.
I don't know. Because they used to be polygamists.
Yeah.
So they are thinking, I don't want to initiate.
That's what I was
going
to
say.
say.
Come from another house.
So the man has to be ready.
Yeah.
And by the time the man is coming to your house, he's probably ready for it. So I'm talking through polygamy.
Yes.
So if you go and start asking, the guy just came from
another house.
Wife number 2, and he's done. That's it for you.
Sarimburu, thank you for the stars. Thanks. Cindy said, Amezima. Please, Cindy is asking if you can turn the phone off.
Cindy Langa?
Yes.
Hey, Cindy.
Thank you, Baba.
I already did that a long time ago.
Yes. Share the video. So now they're afraid, okay? And there is also underlying fear of sex. You know, we used to be afraid, again, village girls to be pregnant. So even after I've been married for 27 years, I'm worried, hey, I might be pregnant.
I'm thinking about trauma. Some women will have fears. So sometimes it may be something traumatic happened to them, and by the time they are going into the relationship with their husband or marriage, it keeps coming back. Yeah. And they're not talking about it. They
associate sex with maybe
some kind of trauma,
some kind of trauma. Underlying emotional issues that have never been addressed.
Yes.
Excessive worry. Women, we are really good at this. We
worry too much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when we are getting into the bedroom, we have so much anxiety.
Because by the time we are stepping out here, our bedroom is right here. By the time we are getting to door number 1 before the bedroom, me, I'm ready.
First we get in bed, then I start bringing. Let's go to the next discussion. Children. Me, I'm getting in bed. So I'm bringing children issues.
Worry. You are worried. You have so many things. I'm like, let's turn let's turn the worry off. It will turn it back on again later on.
And you know, you've been waiting to hit its Alt Delete with a good sex.
Control Alt Delete. Reset. You reset
with good sex.
Yes.
You see, and meanwhile the woman is saying, you know what, I can't wait to tell.
You're thinking about so many things.
So many things, and we are very good at that.
So that will turn us off completely.
Yes.
Women need to know
because me, I'm starting those issues that you don't want to hear. You want to
Cindy, hear that?
Okay. The other thing is lack of knowledge and lack of information, and that is why we are here. We are sharing what we know.
Yes.
You know?
Sometimes it's our experience, and it's more of the general knowledge. So here now we're dealing about general knowledge. We're not being psychiatrists or psychologists. This is just regular, how it should happen.
Okay.
Yes.
So we don't focus on problems. My goodness, let me tell you, I'm the chair lady for problems. Then also you want to bring other people's problem. You leave them out here. Yeah.
When we go inside there, no problem.
I'm trying to fix my problems. I'm trying to fix other people's problems, my brother's kids, my sister's kids. So when you've overloaded your head with all these problems, your sexual organs and even what do you call nerves, your sexual nerves can easily die.
Antenna, yes. Now we're still talking about what affects intimacy.
Okay.
Yes.
I've spoken about time with each other. In fact, I'm so proud of us.
We
really
try to spend as much time as you can together, okay? Because I think that part where you're separated for so long, you come back, you've forgotten about each other.
Yes.
You don't know, you've forgotten where to touch so that the antenna can get, get up.
So the other thing is the date night, like where you're intentional, where I'm going to dress up the way I looked from day one, and we are going to go to a date night. And while we are on that, I want us to touch just a little bit on hygiene. So hygiene is
very
another
important
thing
that's
affects
number one.
Intimacy. Now, I want to speak about Abu and the other men that have spoken to me. Men don't like wigs. Wigs are turn off to a lot of men.
Well, that's
no, I'm saying you and the others who have spoken.
So, but there's some, I'm sure there's some men who love the wigs.
Majority men are saying, not even love, when the woman has been wearing wigs, eventually when they remove the wig in the bedroom and they don't look desirable.
Yes. Number one, they look different.
Yes.
Because they've been wearing the wig. Throughout the whole day. I think just to ease men into it, if you're wearing a wig, maybe remove it 4 hours before, once you get in the house. So now they start looking at you the way they, because that's how it's going to be eventually when you go to bed.
But you've had me of late.
Although the Brazilian one is good, you keep it. Because that one is like your hair.
You've had me.
Talking about that.
You've had me talk to women when I'm selling my things. Women who walk into my spot and they have natural hair. They've cut their hair and they want to be healthy. And they've realized that these chemicals and these fake things they put on their heads, black women I'm speaking about, eventually affects them. Sometimes it's too hot, sometimes you're losing your hair, sometimes it's fake. I mean, you're making a man believe you're this way, and then when you get there, you're that way. The wigs, you wear them in moderation, or rather bring your spouse into a place where they are seeing who you are. But the
men also know that you have the wig.
Yeah, but a lot of them are finding it to be, when now you turn the lights on and you really want to get intimate. I
think the worst case was when somebody was trying to pull the hair, like baby, and then they went to the... They're like, this is it, went out with the wig. So that's the problem.
For the men, is the hygiene. For the women, is we are getting into culture of too much makeup.
I was going to say that.
Eyelashes,
so there's too much. You are putting so much stuff on yourself, okay? That by the time you want to get intimate, and intimacy is you really want to know each other. Yeah. The way you were born. So by the time you're removing all the stuff you have on, the man, because the man was looking at you for so long this way that at the last minute you have changed and you still want the man to perform.
Yes, it's hard. You speak as a man.
Oh, it's going to be hard, man.
So do it. Groom
yourself.
As Abu has said, the Brazilian wigs are good.
If you have that,
they're like $250.
I'll pay. No, see, I want you. If I want you, I'm going to pay for that Brazilian hair.
So that's part of hygiene is looking presentable. Groom yourself, ladies. Clean up your closet. Look nice. Take care of yourself. Eat well. So there are men who have said that they've been pursuing a girl, and eventually when they took this girl into a room, she was smelling. If you're a single woman and you're going to have sex with a man before you marry them, you've decided you're going to.
You better be clean.
Go clean up. The smell on women is strong. Go clean. Walk around with wipes. Now a man has been pursuing you for 6 months. Eventually,
sometimes they find you, and you're in a place where you can't. I think the best thing is
it's good to walk with the wipes. Nowadays, everybody has wipes.
But even now, be intentional as a woman. The man is there, is trying to take you. Make sure they take you to a place where you can take a shower. Don't let this man take you to a cheap motel. That the bathroom.
There's no shower.
Hold on. There's a shower, but you have to go outside of the room and run to the shower door.
Anyway, you had that.
So the single women and not even the married couples, and you're going out date night or you're going, make sure your husband takes you to a nice hotel. Where everything is in the room. And you can shower before before the action, as we call it. Yeah.
Okay. So what affects sex also is routine, where I'm telling you, hurry up, tomorrow I have to work.
Again, what's affecting the intimacy?
I'm telling you, we make it a routine, like it's there's no excitement to it.
Yeah, let me tell you, there's a clip that is going around. Maybe if we get a chance, we can share that. It's the guy, that's his, I think it's called Terrence, the creator, and this girl. And Terrence is coming to the bedroom and wants to do role playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes in dressed up. I think he was saying that day was going to be like a rapper. So in the clip, he comes to bed. He has candy because and he says I'm role playing. Guess who I am? And the lady doesn't know. It's like in Swahili, what's wrong with you? And it's because the guy is role playing to be 50 cents from a rapper. So he has the candy because he was going to take her to the candy store. The lady said, why are you shifting away from our missionary? Okay, and asked, are you tired of the missionary position? And they started fighting. So to them their sex and everything has been routine. They do it one way every day. So when the routine was changed, they couldn't function. Because they have a routine for so long. So once if we keep this thing as a routine, it's going to affect our intimacy. So we need to change our way, get away from our routine, and do something new. Okay.
Not making sex fun. This is part of that.
And
then keep it realistic. We talked about the porn, where people are watching porn and they're expecting people to do certain things. So in the process, the sex is not good because you're expecting people to perform what they can't perform. Okay. So now, these are some of just a few points that affect intimacy in marriage. And I'm going to let Captain Abu take over because you had gone so far somewhere, and I want you to let it out before we go back to continue with the book.
Which one? Okay. Yes, so I'm going to read that point here. Okay? So it says here, when we embrace sex only as performance, passion, and positions. That's why I said PPP. Performance. So when we embrace sex only as performance, passion, and positions, it becomes superficial. Okay? It becomes superficial, exploitative, and degrading. So PPP, performance, passion, and positions. So we can't just if you put in your mind, sex is about performance. Okay? And out of the performance, it's about passion, but for yourself. Okay? And positions, you're going to destroy the whole intimacy about wedding. I look at you and I'm telling you that one.
You want me to learn also?
So listen, as couples, don't embrace sex only as performance. So the day I don't perform, you can't be embracing, okay, every time sex is about performance. Okay, every time sex is about passion. Every time sex is about positions. There'll be days where the sex won't be about performance. Okay? There'll be days where the sex will be about passion, where you're going to be intimate, but there's no passion.
Helping you.
So that day, remember, it's still, you're still intimate. But once you have it, the intimacy is about performance, you're killing the whole thing. Am I clear on that?
You're clear. You know, like on the days, it's a woman thing.
I have to look at
it's a woman thing where we are helping you because us, we don't feel like...
Let me speak because the women are looking at performance, but we also have our performance marks. It's only that now, for you, performance is more on the male thing itself, where it has to be this way. That's the performance part of it. Not knowing that we also have our own performances where we can rate you, but it's not going to be the final, or that's what's going to be describing what the marriage is.
So let me ask you,
go ahead,
because now you're the expert in that.
And that's called PPP.
I'm like really upset because you didn't do ABCD. I'm carrying all this baggage, and then now eventually we'll get to bed, and you know, you are clean. You're the one who committed the crimes. So now I'm going to give you sex just quickly to release yourself.
Yes.
And as you're doing it, I'll just remind you to finish quickly.
Yes.
Don't overstay.
So that's the passion.
Yeah.
And positions.
Yeah.
And in fact, at that time, you'll be missionary.
Yes.
Don't even try anything else, because I want you out of here. So positions again.
now I tell you, you have to hurry up. You understand? So should I say that that's allowed every now and then, or that is where the problem comes in? So
why don't you tell me before we go to our private place, or this happened, so that I'm not going to bed with the expectations of
that's
so
communication.
Either tell me at that time that, hey, you messed up at remember it's 9 p.m. or you messed up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. in the morning. The whole day I've been there, I'm waiting. I know I'm getting something at the end of the night. Now you're telling me at 10 p.m. at 6 a.m. you messed up. At 6 a.m. I messed up. Tell me at 10 a.m. So I start rectifying the issue.
Yeah, because sex starts with the clothes on.
So women, especially women, this is now for the women. When your husband or your partner, let's say we're talking about husband here, it's a family. When your husband has messed up at 6 a.m., tell them at 10 a.m. so they have a chance to correct it and make it
say
better.
sorry.
So, yes, just tell them. Don't wait until it's at 10 p.m. That's when you're telling them they messed up. But sometimes we mess up and we don't even know.
You know, I told my audience before, it took me 2 years to separate your crimes and your sexual desires.
And sexual needs.
Needs.
So let's go to needs, not desires.
Needs. Because now I was thinking, I'm upset, you're not getting sex.
Yes.
What do you need sex for? And then you kept telling me, the sex now has nothing to do with what you did.
With the crime I did.
With the crime.
A crime was I forgot to buy milk.
It could be a small crime.
Something small. What does sex have to do with me going to Costco and buying one instead of two?
You know, at 21 and at 22, the crimes Abu was committing were big to me. But now I know they were small.
They were very small.
No, at the time, they were big. Like now he's saying he's going to his friend's house and he's leaving me in the house. And then when he comes back, he wants sex. So I'm thinking, at that time, that's why we are doing this show. At that time, for the young people, I thought that was a big crime, but it was not.
It was not. And you know what? I came back home. And then I'm coming back to you. Because now imagine, I'm not coming back. I come back after 2 days. That's different now. So that's something small.
So let's talk about the functions of marital sex in marriages. Okay, there is the emotional support, okay, and spiritual fulfillment.
When you have sex within the confinement of marriage.
It's a source of joy and physical pleasure, which that's the part most of us, we want to pretend that it's not really good, but it's good, you know. But there's some sweetness, but you really don't want to be like, this thing is good. You're even shy to say that.
Exactly. So you are told, or you have been led to believe that you can't. If you start screaming or telling your husband more and more, they'll start asking you, what's wrong with you? Your husband now will start thinking that you know more. So you need to pretend
that it's not good.
It's not good. Just
like keep it hush hush. Sex in marriage is good for procreation and to nurture and to give birth and nurture children. And this is the part I want to speak to women that I also learned, and it took me a while to learn. A lot of us women, we start sex as a relationship. Then we have children. I think we had kids like 3 or 4 years later. When I saw my child, when I became pregnant, my attention shifted straight from you to the child baby, in the stomach. When the baby came, I thought it was the most beautiful thing. But we are quickly to forget that you helped me to produce this child. The sex intimacy must continue. So most of us women, we shift from our intimacy and we start loving the children. And we take all our emotion and our everything to
all your
children.
energy, all your energy to the children.
But remember, the children came through your sexual intimacy, okay? And then they're talking about sexual intimacy and spiritual maturity. You can read that.
Yes. So sexuality is a vital, fulfilling, and ego-enhancing part of your being that includes more than just sex. Indeed, it is a complex reality that embodies those feelings, perceptions, and behaviors that we have of ourselves, and includes a unique combination of our sex, your anatomy and your physiology, our gender, identity and role, and our personality, spirituality. Okay? Perhaps this explains why talking about sexuality is much more difficult than discussing the biological and anatomical aspects of male and female sex.
Yeah.
So it's easy to talk about, in biology, about the female organ, the male organ, when you are in the setting of biology, than talking about it in a sexual content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then the list is here. Some of the things, you know, we went through this, the things that are
affecting your intimacy. Yes.
Do you want to read this quickly, or we? No, you can. So the things that affect sex, so you can read.
So these ones are physical. These are the physical. So fatigue, mechoka, I'm tired. That's going to affect. Pain, headache.
Every day, arthritis.
Every day women have headache. Headache, backache, arthritis. Okay. Here they're also saying painful intercourse.
Yes.
So that's physical.
There is a disorder where a woman, and I said this before. I told that the men penetrate women and think the woman is feeling good.
Yes.
Not all the time.
Yes. So that is called painful intercourse. And I think I read it where it says the women who go through this, so initially in the beginning of sex, it's so painful, that they don't want to try it.
Yeah.
But eventually, I think as it goes on, then the pain. But to start with, this pain.
So which is communication. If you're feeling pain, you need to let your spouse know.
Okay, feeling unwell, poor health, chronic illness, some medications. If you're taking medications, it will affect you physically. Hormonal changes as you're getting older. Breastfeeding, the ones who have kids, and menopause.
Okay. Psychological.
So those are physical. Psychological is lack of emotional well-being. That means you have stress, you have some kind of guilt, you are angry about something, you are worrying again, as we talked. A lot of worry and resentment, sadness, frustration, depression. Okay, those are all psychological.
Shame.
Poor self-esteem. That's psychological.
You
also.
forgot shame.
Which one?
Shame.
Or depression and shame. Yes. Poor self-esteem, feelings of sexual inadequacy. Okay,
where you don't feel like your job performance is good.
I like this one down here. Poor sex education. So you've not gone through any kind of a sex education, so you have no idea. Negative sexual attitudes.
Like
poor body image.
Yes.
If you don't like your body,
so you have to turn the lights off.
Yes,
all
the time.
There are people who have never seen their partners without clothes.
Yes, I've heard about it, but I can't even. And for 27 years,
you've
never seen
your spouse
I'm not going to say even your girlfriend. That's your wife.
No, your wife.
Without clothes.
No.
They see you, they dress up.
Yes. Is low self-esteem, body image, all these things. Maybe they have a big stomach.
Okay.
Maybe they have scars.
Okay. Poor lack of pleasurable sexual thoughts and fantasies. So you also need to have those good thoughts and have some kind of fantasy.
Women don't do that much, but I encourage them.
Yes, men that comes natural for us. Okay. Relationship. Okay. Love, attraction, sexual difficulties, limited sensuality, lack of affection, companionship, fun and romance, lack of trust, unresolved jealousy.
Oh, that's the worst.
Once you have jealousy, that's gonna affect your intimacy, insecurity. Again, this is good, lack of commitment. So if you're with somebody who is not committed to you, that's going to affect your being intimate with the person. Poor communication, we talked about that. Lack of intimacy, we talked about that. Lack of respect, boundary intrusions. Again, this is the one she talked about in-laws. Okay, situational, lack of privacy. Okay, if you are in your house and your room is next to your kid's room and it's not that private, that will affect your intimacy. Okay. Poor atmosphere in love making, e.g. lack of time, distraction from kids, TV, phone.
Facebook.
TikTok. Your wife is on TikTok and you want to TikTok her. All right? All those things are going to affect your
You read situation.
intimacy. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Okay, continue.
That's it. Those are the points.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's that. Miggy Champion was saying, read this one. And you know, women, we are very good at that.
Okay, who's this? MC Miggy. Is that the MC Miggy from down there in Nyandoi Beach?
Yeah, that's our musician. That's our top musician.
Yeah. So another thing that affects intimacy is coming home to a woman full of tantrums. Yes. I'm happy my wife stopped doing it. Yes. Oh, MC, we are happy that your wife stopped doing it.
No, because year 1 and 2, we do those things unknowingly.
Yeah, so the tantrums are, I'm opening the door, I'm getting in, she's already telling me stuff. Okay, and it's all negative stuff. Oh, Saini Sangapi, you're coming in. The bus, something happened. As soon as you get in, they should be telling you, oh, my husband, I'm happy you're home. Or how was your bus ride? Oh, the bus broke down. You're getting in, the first thing is you're late. Okay, so those are the tantrums that MC Miggy is talking about. Yep. Thank you, MC Miggy.
Okay. So now we've covered, I think, most of the highlighted parts of the book, and we are going to just wrap this up by encouraging people to overcome their worry and their anxiety about their sexual intimacy. Yes. Okay,
be open.
Yeah,
try new things.
They say this writer said Jesus teaches us to hold earthly things lightly and hold internal things tightly. Okay, meaning there is more to what you see. Sometimes you just have to sit and reflect and see what are the things that you need to draw, what are the things you're going to continue. Have a clear outlook or where you want to take your intimacy, especially if you've chosen to get into a committed relationship. Not the one you get 6
you know you're doing this when you're saying Jesus said.
Yes, he did say. Okay.
Jesus said.
This one they are saying do not let money get in the driver's seat of our lives. But for me, my father told me, money, not having money, poverty of the mind will lead you to a disease that you cannot cure. Not being able to eat, not being able to provide for your family.
And I was going to say those are the same points that we had. So if you don't have, if you're thinking about money and you're thinking on the negative side where I don't have the money or how we're going to pay the bills. Again, those are distractions. So by the time you're going to the room and you're thinking about all these things in terms of money, it will be a distraction. So if you can work hard and be self-sufficient, when I'm going there, I'm not thinking about anything else. And even if the issues are there, I'm like, I will resolve them because somehow we'll get the money.
So now, while we're on it, we've covered financial before. Another thing that has really worked for us for the past 27 years is financial transparency. When Abu is broke, I'm broke. When I'm broke, he's broke. There is no money that I'm hiding that you don't know. There is no money you have that I don't know.
Maybe
so
one
what
or
we
two,
do,
but there's
little.
A little, but whatever you're hiding should not be more than.
It should be like you're struggling.
No, I'm just saying, forget about struggling. If you know the way some women will have shama, okay, that is to help them and maybe also the family, but it's not the main thing. You can't be hiding the entire 80% of your income.
If we talk about respect, which was the first thing that we started, if I have respect for you, then we should
be open.
We should be open about our finances, because finances, when you find out that I'm hiding money and you're going to borrow money from Miggy, you're going to borrow. I'm going to borrow money from somebody to pay the lights because the lights were cut off, and you are hiding money in your bank account.
That's a big problem.
I'm hiding money in my bank account. And we are getting all these problems, and yet you have money. Respect and financial challenges really can affect, intimacy. And of course, that means you're not being truthful, you're not faithful. You're hiding something from your spouse. And when they find out, their feelings are going to be hurt. Okay? The other thing is forgetting about the past. This is hard for women. Women don't like to leave
that
the
one,
past.
I can
behind.
shake my head.
Yes.
That one is
But
I think
we
that
encourage.
one,
We encourage.
well, all I can say is I'm
Yes.
praying for you.
Yes.
Please, the past is the past.
Yeah.
Okay, we learn from the past. We
Yeah.
can't live in the past.
Yeah.
So make sure you learn from the mistakes in the past. Correct, going forward, but don't live in the past, because.
So and then
how are you going to be intimate if every time you're being reminded, now where did you take her? You never took me to that place.
yes. And then they are saying there is nothing in the past that you can change. Okay, you can learn from the past. And they quoted a verse is Ephesians 4:31. And by the way, I was taking these notes in 2010. So I've been holding the marriage together. So I was reading the book, listening to podcasts, which was focused on the family, and really practicing these things on you. When I was reading this book, I don't even think you are aware.
So I was a project and I was not even aware of it.
Yes. So I made you my project, and Ephesians 4:31. That's what they've quoted.
Yes.
And then my purpose or my desire for me to even start this Facebook page, we pray for restoration. I also pray for restoration. There are things that when I look back, that really, like I can give you a perfect example of what you did. Sometimes I can even remember the time and everything.
Time and day.
Yes.
Yes.
So
everything up to the minute.
We are praying for a couple that has not broken up to restore their marriage by trying even to practice this intimacy that we discussed today, so your marriage can be restored. It's never too late. You can always start and fix it than going to go and start a new relationship.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
To compromise, you will bring peace. If we can compromise where we are meeting halfway,
yes,
we can bring peace.
Yes, I like that part where you're saying meeting halfway, because you're two different people.
Yeah.
And there's no way you grew up in the village, I'm growing up in Buruburu Estate. Those environments shaped us one way or the other.
Yes.
So by the time we come and meet, we have to meet somewhere.
The way
halfway.
that guy said,
yes.
What was his name?
Who?
The therapist you were talking to. The
Oh yes, the one in Texas.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think he told us that you are bringing.
I have baggage. You have baggage. You're
and
two
it's
different
two
people.
different people.
Then
And now you're trying to be you're in one place. You're trying to yoke yourself as one.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very hard. So people need to understand that at one point you have to meet you halfway.
Yeah.
And the things that I can't change, I gotta live with them.
Yeah.
The things that you can't change for me, you have to live with them.
Yeah.
But there are a couple that we can change for the better of our relationship. I think we need to do that.
Yeah.
Can I read real quick some comments here? Because this one guy said, Balozi Kevin Ombati said, phone is a destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going to the bedroom with the phone, that phone should be turned off until...
And by the way, there is something I told myself when the cell phones came. I told myself I will never go to your phone. And I've never done it.
Yes.
I just have respect for you, and I expect you to have respect for yourself.
And here they're talking about phone itself being in the bedroom
and
when you're trying to be intimate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other person says, "Oh, Sharon, you know what Sharon told us? You should write a book together."
Oh,
Sharon, yes, Sharon, please help us. We can try.
Write a good book.
We can try to write a book.
Yeah, Sharon.
And we are going to be very frank.
Yes.
And down to earth.
Good idea.
Well, I keep it raw, but down to earth.
Raw, meaning the way we kept it raw, the way it is.
Yeah. So thanks, Sharon. Okay, that's it for the topic. It's a very good topic. Yeah, Chepto said a very good topic. It's a very good topic, Joseph.
Okay. Now, the next point is do not pay attention to who you're sitting next to in your journey of marriage. Okay? That's what they are saying. Do not pay attention to what is happening with you. And then they flip it. They are saying, pay attention to who is sitting next to you, because they are going to affect how you're thinking about your marriage. They are going to influence you. Like the guy that now has a second wife told me that his wife, the outside forces were affecting their marriage. Now he has a second wife. So now what they are saying, don't pay too much attention to everybody's marriage, but at the same time, try to not to let the outside forces affect you, and choose who you surround yourself with.
Yeah. And I was going to say, even now, from outside, choose what you want. Actually, it's good also to see from, look at outside, and then take the positive of whoever you're looking at, and you can try to add it to increase value in your relationship. So it's also good to look from the outside, but take only the positive. Because sometimes they're giving you so much stuff. Out of that, there's some good in it, where you can actually go and enhance yourself.
Yes. And then they're saying being dissatisfied in your relationship can lead to adultery, which is like our almost last point of being unfaithful. Being unfaithful takes away from everybody. Yes. I was talking about the Juice Plus supplements that I take, or we started taking, and I was telling this lady that, you know, the problem that we have with our health and our nutrition is because we are not faithful. And I asked her, in fact I was talking to this lady, she divorced her husband because the husband was cheating on her, and because the husband was looking for something more. So I was telling her, when it comes to your health, you cannot cheat on yourself where you're eating anything. Okay? Once you cheat on yourself, it's going to destroy you. Once you start eating junk food, once you start not caring what you're feeding your mind, once you cheat on yourself, you have lost almost everything. When a man cheats, when a woman cheats and the other partner finds out, then it's not,
the trust is gone.
Is gone.
Yes.
So trying to gain this trust back after the relationship has been injured might almost be impossible.
Yes.
But then the writer continues to say that it is human nature for people not to be satisfied. Okay? We are always looking to be like somebody else. We are always looking to do more. You know, and remember I gave you the example of how God made Adam and Eve. And women, listen to this carefully. When God created the earth, he put Adam in the garden.
Yes.
And Adam was seated
Adam
nicely.
was fine for a long time. 6 days.
Yes.
6 days
Relaxed.
or 7 days. Relaxed.
No incident.
Chilling. Nothing
Then
going on.
God decided that, you know what? I'm going to bring a helper.
Yeah, helper.
To come and help.
But they forgot the word was helper.
Yes. So now Abu comes to Kisii and finds me, and this is real practical if you're a Christian, and you take me and you bring me to the Garden of Eden of Mbwinzao, where you want me, in the intention is for me to organize you and organize the home.
Helper.
Then in the process, I start interacting with the snake. The pure that I was, I start turning black. The pure that I was, I don't want your mother. The pure that I was, I don't want your sister. Now you've taken me from Kisii. You brought me to your home. And that is how man fell into sin. Because now, this woman that you thought was a very good woman, that you wanted to come and build a home with you, has turned on you.
Yes, has been talking with the snake.
Exactly.
So that's it. And the biggest thing is this. The biggest thing is this, that once we are talking about intimacy. And I think if the intimacy is not right, again, this is what's going to end up with people being unfaithful. So if you correct your intimacy, and you
won't have the desire.
You won't get to the point where you are thinking about being unfaithful to your significant other. Because if you go through all these points and you keep your marriage and your sexual intimacy good, what will I think about the other ndogondogo?
No, you have to work on it. It is a work in progress. Okay. So, and then in the final ones, he's saying, what happens after sex? After sex, you have to take care of yourself. You found a partner. What next? You start having that family. You need to gain control of your life. You don't just have sex and just have sex. What happens after sex? Some people say that the women like to talk after sex because, they feel like they have something to say,
Yeah, of course, they have to cuddle and tell you a lot of things.
After sex, you need to get organized, put your house in order, enhance your relationship, improve your communication, create a balance.
So after your intimacy, there's more things to be done. It's not the end.
Okay.
But the intimacy will help you get to that next level where now I think intimacy is satisfaction. After satisfaction is I want to do more with this person.
Yes. And then now when you are all done, you're going to come back again and a review, because like he said, what you read, things change, responsibilities,
yes.
environment, health. There are so many things that can affect your intimacy. They're friends. So you need to be like aware what is happening, and adjust accordingly.
Woo!
You want to
Are we done 1 hour?
Yes.
How long?
It's 1 hour.
Well, it's 4 nights, so yes. So
we want to thank you
1
guys
hour.
for staying with us. We usually
hanging in there.
1 hour.
Yes.
And it's never too late to start again.
Yes.
And for those ones who don't know, I come on Facebook 5 days a week. On Monday, I talk about setting goals. What are those goals that you're setting for yourself? What is that one thing you want to do? Write it on Monday, or rather Sunday. So on Monday, you start getting ready for whatever goal.
Yes.
On Tuesday, there are things that come that you didn't plan, distractions. If anything comes your way and is distracting you, it could be not feeling well, it could be finances, the things that are distracting you. In fact, I was reading a book that said, it's this book. Women, even men can read this book.
Yes.
There are so many distractions, and in some cases, the distractions is your spouse. Sometimes the distraction is your children. On Tuesdays, I kind of try to focus on things that distract you, that are deceiving, are deceptive. The people that you love the most.
Are those things distracting you from getting the goals you set
on Monday?
On Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it could be your mom, it could be people that you love. They don't intend, but when they're coming to you, they come like with good intention, and in the process, they derail you. Okay. On Wednesday, we talk about Gratitude Wednesday. Gratitude Wednesday is to be grateful for the people that have helped you along the way.
Whoever has helped you.
Yes. A man who helped you become a mother and is no longer with you,
be grateful. Yes.
A woman that helped you become a father, even if you're not together, be grateful. Wednesday is a day that we try to remind people to be grateful.
For whatever those little things that happen, yes.
Even you can be grateful for your choices that you've made. Be grateful that
for yourself.
For yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. And then on Thursday, which is my big thing for me, is Procrastination Thursday, where what are those things you've been saying you're going to do? Like you said, you know, you're going to start a business. You say, I'm going to start having a good attitude. You say, I'm going to get my marriage together. Every Thursday, I just come for 10 minutes. I try not to go more than 10 minutes to just remind you, what is the thing that you've been putting away? And can you get it started today? And then on Friday is self-care. I'm really big on self-care. Yeah. And self-care is where you really
treat yourself,
focus, and ask yourself, where am I in my life? And that's how I was talking to this lady about the Juice Plus. Juice Plus is a supplement that they've come up with for people who are don't even have time.
Yeah, because you're getting all the nutrients.
Yeah.
In a rush.
Yes.
Yes. Or packed.
Yes.
In an easier way than throughout the whole day. You're trying to look for the fruits. You're trying to look for the vegetables.
Yes.
So that is something that.
So if you're interested, by the way, to learn more about the Juice Plus, you need to inbox me. Abu, you started like how many? Is it a month or?
No, it's 3 weeks now.
3 weeks.
Yes.
You can already testify that.
I want to say I'm feeling more healthier, but we need to do the blood work first.
No. But in
so
terms of your body,
here.
Because what Juice Plus does, when they're talking about your body having all the nutrients that it needs, so you're not craving to eat.
Which eventually I think it will also end up with you losing weight.
Yeah.
If that's it, if you're trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
Because if there's no cravings to go snack on something, you're probably going to end up having one meal per day. Yeah. Because everything else has been satisfied. So
if you guys want to know more about that, talk to me. I will walk you through, and I'll be your coach, by the way. I'm going to walk you through, and it doesn't matter what part of the world you are, we walk with you. And then on Saturday is a day for us to hustle. We are hustlers, okay? I was just giving you my weekly, like how people think I'm always on Facebook. I'm not always on Facebook. I have so much going on. Because every time you pop in, you find me there. Saturday is a day for me to hustle. So when you come to Facebook, and I'm going to talk about this on another day, stop following and scrolling through people's pages and going through. These people that you see on Facebook and you admire with a huge following have a very busy schedule behind their Facebook pages.
That's true. Yeah.
You know,
people need to know that. Yeah.
Abu watches you watch a lot of movies and a lot of you watch. And I always try to tell you that, you know, those people you're watching, they take a lot of time to put that together. So as you're browsing on Facebook or social media, be careful who you're giving your time, who you're following, and reading, commenting.
You also want to give, or you want to give your time to something that you're going to benefit.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So if you are, I think we went for 1 hour. 1 hour show where we are live on Facebook. You're talking about family, and you're talking about intimacy, and you're a married couple. You got something from here.
Yes.
So
follow.
Let's try to, and I'm trying that also. Try to follow something that is very beneficial to yourself.
Something you can learn.
You can learn from.
Okay.
Yes.
And then on Sunday is the day for God. You have to have a fear for God. Yes. So the day you go to church together as a family, after church you can go eat out, and for us we can donate our time here.
Yes.
The last thing is reading books. Let me tell you, you will never lose anything in picking a book to even read when you're doing your number 2. You know, sometimes when you're sitting to do your number 2 and your number 2 refuses to come.
So that's the time you read.
That's the time you take this book and just
and you read there, and they're like, okay, now it's going to help you.
Waiting, relax your muscles with the book. Read
and
your
you know
book.
what? You might see a point.
Yeah.
Sometimes you ever heard of, they say eureka. You're reading something and an idea pops up.
Yeah.
That idea can pop up and everything is good.
Everything
now. Even your body is
changing. So today, I was reading this. I've read this book, but I just picked it. I was in the bathroom. I said, let me just pick it. So I happened to read this. People will project their fears and limiting beliefs onto you when you're starting something. And they will affect your dreams. People will assume that just because they can't do something, you cannot do it either.
Or it has not been done.
This is especially challenging to deal with when it comes from the people that you love. And these people that you love could be your spouse, could be your mother, could be your father. And they oftentimes shut your dreams down. Okay? Even though most of the time they mean well. Okay? And sometimes they really think that they're giving you good advice.
Yes.
They can derail you from your
They tell you Tachomeka.
Pick that one. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks.
We've gone over an hour. And we truly appreciate your time.
Next week, same time, same place.
Yeah. What is happening?
What is the next thing in the chapter?
Marital conflict.
Ooh. So we're coming from, they say, from the fire, from the pot to the fire. Or from what? Today we're talking about intimacy. Next week we're talking about conflict. Conflict, marriage conflict. Okay.
And you know what I'm going to do?
That's what we're going to do.
I'm going to challenge you to read this one.
Yes.
You know, you started and you had good points.
Yeah.
So do this.
Because I've missed a couple of weeks. So.
Since I read it before. You read
and then
we can...
Marital conflict.
Yes, next week.
Yeah, it's a good chapter. I'm going to read about it, but I want to say that I don't know so much about conflict that my marriage has been.
No. You're going to read what the writer has said.
So I'm going to read and try to internalize this.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say that, no, we've not been good. There have been conflicts once in a while.
Exactly. So
there have been thorns here and there.
How do you resolve
them? How do we resolve them? So yeah. So tune in next week, guys. Thank you for coming. Cheers.
And if you've not liked our page, please do that
and share.
And I move these videos to YouTube. Go to YouTube.
Yes.
And
we need to put it more. You move them.
Yes.
But at least we tell people to, just go and subscribe on YouTube also.
Cheers, Suti. Andy.
Cheers. Bye.